So I did a thing recently. One of the kids needed a little beater car, daily driver kind of thing. And I wanted to see how much I could do, get a decent car for a reasonable amount. So I had a few things that I wanted to do. I wanted to get something dependable. I didn't want to have to work on it after I did my initial thing. Something that got him good mileage. Something that wasn't so old it was crazy rusted and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to see what I could get for a budget. So this is what I got for $700.
$700? Man, I'll give you $800 right now.
I would almost take it.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, what do you think, John? $700.
You can't hardly buy chewing gum for $700 anymore. So.
It's a 2003 Honda Civic. Has 142,000 original miles. It's automatic. And actually the guy bought it from the kid. His neighbor was the original owner. So look here, keyless entry. It was working, I promise. Keyless entry, and it's actually in pretty good shape. So let's take a look.
And 140,000 miles, gee whiz.
Yeah, you can't beat it. And I mean, these motors, you pretty much can't kill them. So it does look like it probably needs a valve cover gasket. Or something's like kind of leaking out through here. Leaking a little oil, but...
Yeah, probably valve cover gasket.
The people I bought it from, they weren't exactly into keeping the engine clean, but they did do maintenance on it, so...
Overall, not bad.
No, it does look like I'll have to clean up the headlights a little bit. See if I can get some of the haze out of them.
Good old sun...
sun fade.
Yep.
But the worst spot's back here, so... the kid said an Amazon truck, it was parked alongside the road, and an Amazon truck actually veered off or something and ran into it.
Oh boy.
So it's got a bad spot where it's kind of pushed in here. You can see the bumpers popped.
Oh yeah. Looks like you can hammer that out a little bit probably.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do, go in the trunk to see if I can pop it back out, just enough. And then the taillight's obviously busted, so I replaced that. It's got a little boink in the fender. Or bumper, but I don't really care about that.
Yeah. Well, if you wanted to be ambitious, you could plastic weld it, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe John could show us how to do that.
Uh-oh.
So
you're gonna put me to work.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a little paint fade, but it is a 2003, and who really cares about that?
It's got good tires on it too. Even.
Yeah, it actually has a pretty good set of tires. They don't match front to back, but they're good.
Yeah.
They all look like they're in good shape.
Nice tread. Good for a beginner car.
It has a tiny little scrape over here. And a little bit of rust, but still nothing bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
No. Check out the interior. It's so clean. You can open that door, look over one, come over here, the one. But it's so clean inside.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. The heat works. Got a good radio.
Does the AC work?
The AC actually does not work. That's one thing he said. So now I drove it home on the freeway about 30 minutes, and it actually drove perfectly fine.
Wow.
And what's crazy is it was barely above half tank, and it never even moved.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
The whole way, 30 minutes home.
They're noted for their gas mileage.
I know.
Sure.
So it's actually a good little car. Look at the back seat. It almost looks like nobody's ever sit in the thing. And power windows and locks.
If it was a teenager car, I guarantee you somebody's been in the back seat.
Yeah, that's true. But anyways, hey John, get in here, start it up. Let's have a listen to how she runs. Sounds good.
Sounds like a little sewing machine.
I know. It's solid. There is a little oil leak. I can see kind of fresh oil, so I'll have to deal with that, but that's not that big of a deal. And what's crazy? In there's a bunch of papers in the dash where I think not even a year ago, they had somebody do the alternator to new belt for $560 a year ago.
Jeez.
So
well, those alternators are a pickle to get to because it's on the bottom.
Well, it's because it's below the power steering.
Yep.
There, so. Well, there you go. So this is, like I said, my new to me 2003 Honda Civic. $700. I mean, it's pretty good for what you can buy. You know, there during COVID, you could not buy anything cheap, and it's like, I think now they're starting to level out a little bit. So we're gonna now get to some repairs. Hey John, one thing I forgot to tell you, come here and check out all this stuff in the trunk, man. I mean, I got this car and I asked the guy, is there anything out of it you need? And he's like, nope, you're good. So check this out. It was kind of crazy. Number one.
Oh yeah, brand new taillight.
I bought a new taillight. That was me.
Okay.
Amazon. I think it was like $47.
Yeah.
But not bad.
They've come down in price a lot. I remember when they were $100. You know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I bought other taillights that were cheaper. I was kind of surprised it was that expensive. Yeah. Look at this.
Yeah, you must have got the better quality one, maybe. What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Is that
That's
crazy?
hilarious. And now you put a flashback on me. I feel like I'm a kid again. Well, let me see this. Let me see this. Oh, okay. No, sorry.
Isn't that crazy?
That is.
I mean, look, it's got R2-D2 in there.
Huh.
I don't even know. I have
Well,
no
that
idea.
might. You may have less than 700 in the car after all. If you can sell this stuff.
Well, and what's weird is I don't even know. Is this like something good or expensive, or is it just a $5 or something?
It's Hasbro.
Yeah, no idea. Set that over there.
So if anybody's watching this and you're interested, drop a comment.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They must have been major Star Wars fans.
Yeah. But again, is it, you know, the older stuff like when we were younger and it's expensive?
It looks like it, but
or
I
is
can't
it
tell.
just junk? I don't know. Sometimes they'll have a date on them or
Some
something.
have Hasbro on it too. It does have a 2008.
Oh.
2008. So that's not from when we were kids.
Well, that's true. But
It's
hey,
not from
it's not brand new.
1977, Dave.
right. But it's not brand new. Oh, got a Darth Vader. Well, action figure action figure action. Let's see. Now there's some just random Legos. I don't care about those. Put Darth Vader down here with this stuff. And then we got some random books. We got the Harry Potter collection.
Oh boy.
No idea. They'll probably go to Goodwill.
I don't think I can get in the first page of that because I'm not a reader.
So they're probably worth nothing, but
I don't see any pictures. We're in trouble.
It's actually look like a big one. From J.K. Rowling to Dave at Absolute Car Guys. No, I'm just kidding. So there you go. And then a whole computer.
What in the world is that?
I know. Look at that. So
Almost look like a server, but that's just a PC.
now this is a built PC, yeah, but like I think this is a graphics card.
Oh, the Arrow.
Yeah, I think.
And
I
it's
don't
got
know.
a cooling fan on it, so it must be like a serious one.
Yeah, that's my guess. So this looks like a full-blown built PC. So
I mean, look at the size of that cooling fan. It's almost the size of one of the Honda.
yeah, that's true. It's sad. I mean, this up here, I don't know. Like I said, I know enough about it, but not enough to know how much it's worth.
Yeah,
So,
I don't either.
anyways, just shows when you buy a car, you never know what's in the trunk. But maybe if I put the stuff on eBay individually, I can lower my price of the car. I'll take it.
I think it's funny because you seem to have this luck. You know, I'm scraping for pennies under the seat, and you get a computer and Star Wars stuff.
I know. Who would think? So anyways, there you go. I just wanted to show you guys and show John that.
Cool.
You never know what's in a car, especially. But I asked him before I left, I said, is there anything else you need? Is it good? He said, nope, you're good to go. So there you go. Anybody know anything about that, let me know, because it'll probably be on sale soon. Here we go. We got her in the garage. John's going to go ahead and massage this end over here. See if he can get it back together. At least looking decent enough to put a taillight in and drive down the road. I'm going to get the oil changed, get started on that stuff. So let's go.
Here we go.
bucks. There we go. 3.4 quarts of oil. You believe that?
That's weird.
3.4. Check it out. This even has the owner's manual and something that's really unusual. The original anti-theft card
Oh, geez.
for the radio.
Got the code on it.
Yeah, is that crazy? Crazy. Maybe I should say that into the camera. Check this out. This is the original owner's manual, still with the car. It even has the original radio code card from Honda, which is crazy. Because you never can find these, and you just hope people write them in the book. So there it is. Now back to John. A little bit more with my grinder. Give it just a little bit on the lower end there, right there on the right.
What was that?
How about that? I'll just give it another love tappy right here.
Yeah.
Just because any will help.
Yep, I agree. Now that it's on there.
Yeah.
I'll travel.
Yeah. Put my safety squid. Try to give it a decent amount, I think. Still got keys?
I just put some black RTV on or something.
You get the keys in here?
Yeah, keys in my hand.
Oh, dude. Oh, man, that thing closes like a drum. Boom! Tail, brake lights, yep. Park lights? Oh, all four work. Look at that. Yep, blinker. Nice. I mean, I'm going to call that, you know, is it fixed? It's different.
Successfully works.
I like it.
It ain't beautiful, but it works.
That's a reasonable fix right there.
For a simple car.
Well, there you go.
Well,
John massaged it. And I'm going to call that for a cheap car. Fine with me. Looks good. Might get a little silver paint, maybe just to make it a little, you know. But I think that's way better.
all right, I'll put all the inside back together.
Sounds good. So for this part of the Honda Civic series, I'm going to be doing the rear wheel bearings. Easy for me to say. Now supposedly the rear wheel bearings on these Civics are actually pretty simple. It's got a whole assembly here with the bearing in the middle. And I guess you just take the nut off, the axle nut, and this essentially comes right off. So I'm excited to give it a try. I decided to go with the TRQ rear wheel bearings. Again, I think this is a 2003. So here's the part number for that. If you're looking for that hub assembly, I try to look at the ones that aren't crazy expensive, but also not the cheapest. You know, find one in the middle that kind of meets your application. Is it a daily driver? Is it a backup car? And then buy ones that seem to get good reviews, but are also reasonably priced. Now, one thing about these rear wheel bearings that uses the center axle nut says, important installation note, failure to follow axle and spindle nut torque specs cause premature wear. And they actually even send you a little paper in here that says the Civic 2001-2005 axle nut, rear, 134 foot-pounds. Whew, I'm tongue twisted today. So there you go. Let me get this up in the air and get the wheels off. Get started. Okay, so I got the wheel and tire off, and the hub feels pretty good. So the first thing you got to do is take the center cap off. Now I've never had one of these off. I'm gonna guess, I don't know, maybe it's separate around there. And there are these, if you notice I sprayed some lube on here. There are these bolt holes, and these are usually meant for you to run a bolt in to press it out. So, but I am gonna pop this off just to see what's going on here. I have this piece of brass that I've had for years, and I'm gonna tell you, I've used it to beat everything up with it. So, but it's really handy for little goofy things where you want to hit something but you don't want to hurt stuff. Which I may need a bigger screwdriver. Yep, but yeah, you know, use this brass. You can whack stuff just to kind of get it loosened up, and you're not going to hurt it. So I'm going to have to get me a bigger screwdriver. And maybe look for a couple metric bolts for this. All right, so I have my big screwdriver. I suggest everybody working on their own cars get an old screwdriver that you don't really care anything about, and use it as your beat on stuff screwdriver. So you can just stick this baby in there and not really care too much about it. Give it a couple taps. You can see it starting to loosen up. Oh, there, I think we got it. There we go. Now, these axle nuts have a little dimple in them. What you do is they dimple it right there on the keyway so that this nut doesn't back itself off or do anything goofy like that. So what you want to do is you want to stick this in here and pry this up. And then that should come right off. But when you put this back in at, I think it's at 134 foot-pounds, you want to make sure you dimple that back in the exact same spot so that you don't have this nut backing off on you. So let me see if I can knock this out right now, actually. See, I don't know if this is right, or I might have to get an actual punch. Yep. Let me get a punch to do that, a metal punch. That should do it for us. All right, so run this bolt in. Don't kill it, just get it to put a little pressure on it, and give it a couple taps. Oh. Looky there. That did it. And maybe take your bolt out before you take it off. There we go. So yeah, just let your bolt put a little pressure. Give it a couple taps. She should slide right off. There it is. So now while you're in here, you might want to check your pads. Check your wheel cylinder, see if anything's leaking. But I'm going to suggest you don't take any of that off unless you have to, because a lot of times they're kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm going to set this aside. Now, I think what I can actually do right now, these holes are in it just to get to the brake assembly stuff. So I'm pretty sure what I can do now is just take this nut off, and this thing should come out. So I could not find exactly a flat punch, but I think this will do it. Oh, there it goes. Nice. All right, let me see what size that is. All right, it looks like it's a 32 millimeter. Fits right on there. You guys make fun of me for my Ryobi if you want, but you know, a couple years ago I bought a DeWalt, the biggest, baddest one they had, and it worked really well for a couple years, and then it just started like losing its butt. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to buy another one. So I went. I was actually gonna get a Milwaukee. And Milwaukee, when I went to look, was like, I don't know, like $400 for something. And I just thought, geez, I mean, do I use it? Yes. Is it handy? Absolutely. But I also do have air impacts and stuff. So, whoa, look at that. Came right off. Let's give her a feel. Oh. Okay, get a little crunchy. This one's not as bad. The backside feels crunchy, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. Anyways, so while I was looking at the Milwaukee's for, like I said, I don't even remember, $400 to $450. They had this Ryobi there, and it was on sale, and I want to say it was like I don't know, $159 or I don't know, something goofy that I thought. So I thought, I'm going to try this even if it lasts a year, and I'm going to tell you, this thing has been kind of a beast. Now, we have beat it, and we have, you know, done everything with it, and we've set where stuff wouldn't come apart, just been like bam, 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 bam. And it is starting to lose a little gas, but man, for the money, it killed. So, and like I said, for big, heavy, crazy stuff, I have air impacts. But there we go. So I got this off. I'm going to clean this up, get ready to put the new one on. All right, guys, I got this all cleaned up in here. I did hit this with a little brake cleaner. This stuff up in here. Make sure you don't use anything except for brake cleaner, because you don't want to get any kind of oily stuff or anything on that. So, see how this baby's going to want to go on. Oh, a little tight, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right, do a little rotate, a love tap there. There it goes. She just had to find her happy spot. Feels good. Put this baby back on there. I'll put a little lube on the threads. Now, 134 foot-pounds. Let's get out the old torque wrench here. There we go. I went ahead and cleaned it out a little bit with some brake cleaner as well. There we go. This brake's back in there. Okay. Should be good. Those babies will straighten themselves out. I'll get the wheel back on here. We should be good. Again, using my brass. There we go. You know what I did, guys? I wasn't paying attention, and I forgot to nipple that back in. Just pop that back off. I was about to put the tire on, And my brain said, hey dummy, you didn't dimple it. I said, uh-oh, I better need that. You'd think it's come back off easier because I just put it on. But it's not. Come on, pop off. Now it turns easy. Jeez. Another reason to use the brass is if you hit your studs, you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to mess it up. Come on. There we go. Uh-oh, that guy did not dimple it back. What is he doing? Come on. There we go. Now she's dimpled. Put this baby back on. And away I go. So there we go. Got those wheel bearings changed. I'm going to say it took me, getting the car in, jacking it up, the whole deal, about an hour. Here's the old ones. Tell they've been on there for a while. Got some brake dust and all kinds of crap on them. So anyways, not too bad. Like I said, that's pretty much a DIY, job. And honestly, on these old Civics, it's probably one of the easiest ones I've ever done. So anybody would do this, I'd say just pay attention to what you're going. Don't get frustrated with it. Now let's move on to the next part of the Civic fix, which I think is a valve cover gasket. Should be fine. Now we are at the point in the video where we're going to deal with this valve cover gasket on the Honda Civic. So as I told you earlier in the video, we got a valve cover gasket leaking. You can see it's been running down the side. These tend to leak here at the end too, where there's a little something. I don't know, the gasket takes care of that. So here's our new gasket. It's a nice rubber one, very flexible, which I'm sure the other one's not. These kits that you can get come with these seals. Now these go on the tubes. I'll show you here in a bit, but where you take the spark plugs out of, the bottom of the tube there has a seal on it, and that seal, because of the heat, will dry and crack. And that's what this is. This is that seal. Okay. Here's the valve cover gasket. And here at the ends, it loves to leak. And then also where the bolts are, here on the top, right there and right there, it has these new bolt seals in the kit. So I'm going to replace all that, and I'm going to take you guys along with me while I do it. It's very straightforward. It's basically just unbolting a few things. It's right here on top of the engine. That's part of the deal with the 4-cylinder. That's definitely nice. Let me show you this kit here that I bought. I didn't buy an expensive kit. I just bought, I don't even remember where exactly I got this, but here's the part number, just in case you would wonder about that. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and start disassembling it. Let's get in here and take it apart. All right, now I have not done this before. I've done it on a different engine, but not this one. So you're going to go do it with me. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull this cover off. And then we're going to just take these small bolts off, pull these so we can gain access to the valve cover. So again, this is something that's like pretty easy. I don't think anybody, even in a DIY situation, should be afraid of it. If you look at it, just keep track of where your stuff goes. These wires are in a nice straight situation, so what I'll do is I'll pull these out with the clips and I'll just tilt it to the side, you know, because look, I mean, look how much access I have to the valve cover already. It does not appear I'm going to have to get to anything or take any of these lines loose. I'll probably just be able to lift it and finagle it out. So let's get going. Take that off of there. Set this up out of the way. Pull this out. Now you do want to be careful as you're doing this. Not let anything get in there. So you want to keep like tools and nuts and bolts and all that stuff kind of out of your engine. In fact, I'm going to put this on there and leave it just loosely until I get my little bolts out. That way none fall down in there. So anyways, I'll get started and then I'll come back and show you where I'm at. Is loose. Pop these in. Now these are individual coil packs, one for each cylinder. So what you want to do when you got it loose, pull it up. Now there's usually like a press. You can press and wiggle, and these will pop right out. Now you don't have to. This doesn't look too bad. Smells hot. You don't have to, but I like to set these in the order that came out and just put them back the same. Now again, you don't have to do that. It should not matter in reality. But I don't know. Sometimes engines just do weird little things and get quirky. Whoa, this one looks like it's been hot. Look at the color. Interesting. But sometimes engines get quirky, do weird things, like different things. So I just put them back where I got them. I take apart as little as possible. So I do now have access to the main bolts right here. So let's go ahead and see if those babies will come out. All right, so I got all the bolts out of here. Got this kind of out of the way. See if she'll come up off of there. Come on. She's moving. Now, realize sometimes these have been on there for a while. So a little bit hard to get out of there. And they're kind of down in the hole. So it can be a little bit of a pain. There we go. Got her out. Here's the old gasket we're gonna replace. Oh, boy, she's stiff. So the old gasket's right here. I'm gonna take her over and clean her off. Get that gasket out of there. That is stuck down in there. Here's those seals we're gonna replace I was telling you about. And we'll get to it. Now, what you wanna do, well, let me get you in here, I'll show you. All right, so what you wanna do, this is the actual mating surface for the seal. And as you can see, it's got some crud on it. So you want to clean that surface up. This surface all the way around. Can be a little tedious to clean, but you can do it. Also, these seals I told you about are going to end up going over these tubes, boop, like that, setting in the thing. So let's have a look over here. So yeah, these are the seals. Here's the new one. Okay. I'll be putting them in oriented exactly as they are. We'll get this seal off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all these surfaces. So you want to clean this really well. Not a bad time to wipe this out, you know, with some carburetor cleaner or something, brake cleaner, whatever. If you do that, you probably want to go outside for that, especially in the winter or summer, just for ventilation. But not a bad time to wipe some of this gunk out of here. You know, but get everything really good and clean before you put it back together, which is what I'm going to do now. All right, so as I clean my surfaces here, one thing you got to do before you put your gasket back in, now this gasket's rubber, but do you see this little transition spot right here? It's a little hard for the rubber to get in there, in that little spot, right between the fold there. So what you want to do is you want to take a little bit of silicone, just not a crazy amount, just a little dab, and boop, put it back in there. And that'll kind of help the little rubber seal, like make that little transition way back in the corner there, you can see. So, all right, I got this just about cleaned up. I'm gonna make another pass on it. But like I said, on this side, the back side, and then down there at the other end as well, there'll be that. So that's just a little tip while you're putting it back together. So here we go. We got the new seal put in. See, it has like this trough it fits into. Fits down in there neatly, so it's nice and tight. Okay. Make sure it goes around this nicely. It's all in there. Sorry about my nose. I think the brake clean got me. So there you go. New seals put in for the tubes. And I got everything else cleaned up. We're good to go back together. I did clean this up a little bit. I didn't go crazy. I mean, it's just like a flip car. It's not something I'm daily driving or keeping forever. So I just cleaned it up generally like I would anything. So let's put her back together. All right, now guys, I use this Forma gasket sealant, slow drying, non-hardening. So, and I'm gonna just jam a little bit back in there, in that seal area. Now you don't wanna get crazy, but just put a little bit. See if you can sneak it in there. Now you can do whatever you gotta do, but you don't want anything to hit that gasket on the bottom. So as you squeeze it by, you just don't want that gasket to be disturbed. So make sure, reach your finger under there and kind of feel it. She feels like she's still in place. Put these coil packs back in there. Now these should just slide in there real easy. Now, like I said, pop this back together and you should hear a little snap. Boom. Pop that back in there. Put your nut on it. And again, I'm sure for this there is a torque spec, but these are just a little nut holding it together. They don't need anything crazy on there. So you're really just keeping your, okay, again, click, click. You're really just keeping those down. So tighten them with your fingers, get a wrench. Again, just give them a little, yep, good. Yep, click. Lines. Now what I'm going to do here at the end is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spray around it just to get a little of the fresh stuff gone. Because what you want to do is you want to run this for a few minutes and then come back and have a look to make sure you don't have any like fresh oil coming out right there. So this should just about finish it up. Like I said, I'm just checking a few of these. Popping my little beauty cover back on. Got to twist those, and then I'm ready to start it up and give it a test. But I'm going to clean up around here just a little bit, just so I can verify that nothing's leaking. So after I check that, this baby's about ready to take it down the road. And this project, $700 Civic to hopefully a $1,700 Civic, should be just about done. So let me put this on and I'll give it a quick start. All right, let's pull out here. See how she runs. Hold on, I'm about to unleash 85 horses.
Oh man, you hurt my neck.
I don't even know how many horsepower that has.
I'm sure it's closer to 100 because
Dude, it's smooth.
yeah, this thing runs extremely well. I'm very impressed at how smooth it is.
Yep. There we
Makes
go.
somebody a great car.
Now see, a little noise in the back, but I think that's tires because they're little aggressive tires. But no more wheel bearing noise.
No more wheel bearing noise.
Yep. I mean, it's really a smooth car look for what it is. Is this person going to turn?
Brakes are good.
Brakes are good.
The thing that gets me about this car is Dave and I are not small guys. So we literally are almost shoulder to shoulder.
Right.
So it looks kind of funny with us going down the road. And what was that old saying? It looks like two marshmallows getting out of a Hot Wheels. But
it's like a clown car.
Right. So definitely.
I don't think they had us in mind when they built this.
No, not for big guys.
Yeah. Hey, we're getting good mileage.
Yeah. I mean, we fit. It's not uncomfortable. It's just tight.
Yep. Heater works good.
Thankfully.
The brakes are actually really good. So, yeah. I mean, it runs good. It actually performs pretty well. Wonder how many horsepower it really is. I think it's 100.
You know what? I can try to Google it.
Try to look it up.
Is it okay to Google on film? I don't know.
Sure.
What year is it? I don't even know what year.
2003.
2003 Honda Civic horsepower.
The 2003 Honda Civic's horsepower
Varies. Which one is this? DX, LX?
I think this is a DX.
115.
Oh, there you go.
If it's the VTEC, it has 127.
I think this is non-VTEC.
So it's 115 horsepower.
Okay, there you go. We'll just pull out here. See if there's 115 available. Ready? Oh yeah. Here we go.
55.
Yeah.
Almost 60.
There we go. That's money.
0 to 60 in 3 minutes.
Sooner or later. So here we go. We come to the end of the Civic flip. So basically what we've done is we fixed some basic easy things on the car that were bad. We did the wheel bearings on the back, had a bad valve cover gasket. That was a tongue twister. And had that back corner part that John worked on where he put the new taillight in it. So it's a pretty nice little car. It's amazing what you can get for 700 bucks. The interior is nice. You know, 140,000 miles. I mean, it's kind of low. It's going to be a really good driver for somebody. So I think for the price of the car, you know, and really the quality, because it drives great.
It'd be a great second car, work car, or first time
Oh, yeah.
vehicle car.
It's already been a first car for somebody because it's got some bumps and bruises. So,
It's
But
well worn in.
which is good. You don't have to worry about it. But it's very dependable. These things are tried and true as far as you know, what they'll do over the years. So, anyways, that's it. And like I said, paid $700 for the car. I think right now, just a little bit of cleanup. You know, I could post it $1,700-$1,800, and at a minimum get like 15 for it. You know, and it'd be really, really good. Because John and I were just talking that if this car was spotlessly clean, a few little things, it'd be a $2,500 car. So,
Easily.
anyways, that's it. And I hope you guys liked this video. Like and subscribe to the channel. We can try to do some more long video things like this if you guys like it. It was kind of fun with something easy like this. So anyways, John and me, we're out. Thanks for watching.